Yeah.
Go.
Oh god.
Go.
You want a water break first? Wait,
First to begin on, they're arguing about this theory about whether about we should consider the Holy War, whether it can be considered, which is the definition that was instantly given at the beginning of this class. Okay, there is no violation of what they're trying to say, that it's a war waged for religious means. We meet their definition. It's very simple. It doesn't conflict. Our definition of a war that is fought to defend or spread one group's religious beliefs is far stronger. Also, they're making a generalization about money or trade routes about all crusaders that doesn't apply to all of them. You know, they're saying that the court of Flanders, you know, they're arguing about how they waged war for their territory or something like that. That doesn't apply to everybody that went on the Crusades. So many people went on the Crusades. What do you think that the children's crusade was about? Well, why did they go? They didn't go because they wanted money or territory. They went out of pure religious desire. And again, there's family ties in the Holy Land because the religion spread, because it was a holy war, because they went there and ended up spreading their culture and mixing it with Arab culture. It's very simple. That proves for our case. And again, their culture, the idea of Christians renouncing their Christianity in favor of Islam once they got to the Holy Land, this is the result of the Holy War. That is not something that goes into the Holy War that would, by either of our definitions, be make it a holy war or not a holy war. It's completely irrelevant. Again, on page 14, the neg author argues that while religion was the main motivation, all right, the neg author himself says this, it would be naive to suggest that other motives were absent. And by arguing this, the neg themselves is conflicting with their own evidence and thus are naive. It doesn't matter. It's not relevant. A holy war is a war over religion. Done. Simple. It's not a question, which is why we don't debate this. And I quote their evidence, although the religious motivation of the first Crusaders should be emphasized, it would be naive to argue that other interests were absent. So yes, there are other interests. Yes, some people did pick up a sword and go, hey, we're going to go to the Holy Land for riches and glory and territory. But that wasn't the point of the Crusades. We didn't go up in arms so that way we could go and get the territory or we did get territory, but it was for religious motivation. Again, it was all about religious motivation. On page 15, the neg author says that very few returned home rich, and yet people still went on the Crusades again and again and again. This makes me think that riches wouldn't be a motivator, since there clearly were none, because they would continue going on the Crusades. If that's not religious motivation, I don't know what is. If they believe that religion had nothing to do with the Crusades, then they also have to acknowledge that they never would have attacked Jerusalem. That they never would have attacked. If they believe that religion had nothing to do with the Crusades, then if Jerusalem were Christian, then they have to acknowledge that the Christians would have never attacked Jerusalem, right? But the thing is, by their argument, they would say, oh no, they probably wouldn't have attacked Jerusalem if it were Christian. Because does anyone in this room honestly think that would have happened? Yes. Constantinople happened. I have 38 seconds. Yes, Constantinople happened. But again, those are minorly different religions. It became pretty distinct. And Roman Catholicism, whether they say that Roman Catholics weren't all the people in the Crusades, that's true. But it doesn't change the fact that it was Pope Urban II that told all the Christians of the world to go and pick up arms against the Arabs, to pick up arms against the Muslims, and go and attack them for religious purposes. This makes it a holy war. It makes it a holy war. It was led by Roman Catholics, it was commanded by Roman Catholics, and again, a lot of the forces, while they were made up of many Christian religious groups, ultimately answered to the Catholics. We need everything.
Yes.
Awesome.